hello, welcome. So I'm going to be talking about the real reason, the actual reason why your hair isn't growing. Now, when we're talking about growing, we're talking about length retention, because most people should be growing hair from their scalp. Unless you have a health condition, then that might affect your hair actually growing, but most times your hair is growing out of your scalp. So what we're really talking about is length retention. So how we can retain length. So the real reason why you're not retaining length then is because of breakage. That is the main reason why it may appear that your hair is not growing. So for instance, if your hair grows an inch a month and it breaks off an inch a month, then the net growth is 0. So it would look like your hair hasn't grown, but really it has. It's broken off at the same rate as it's grown. And that's most times the case of what's actually happening, that your hair is just breaking off. So when you watch a lot of YouTubers talking about how they've grown their hair out or how to grow your hair, most times if you notice, what they're trying to do is minimize breakage. That's it. They're all trying to minimize breakage. So all the tips, everything they talk about is about minimizing breakage, and that's exactly what I'm going to talk about. But I'm going to simplify it because I think there's a lot, there's so much that's recommended to do, and it can become quite complicated basically. So just quick background, I have been natural for 10 years. I have literally tried every trend. I've done everything at this point. I have done everything. Rice water, onion juice, water only challenge. Yeah, all of this is just to minimize breakage. And some have worked, some hasn't worked. Maybe I'll talk about it. And I just wanted a video that's out there on the internet that simplifies everything. So I'm going to talk about how to minimize breakage. I think there's 3-4 steps. Let me count. I'll say 3, because one of them is kind of the same point. So right, let's get into it. So first thing I'll say is you need to leave your hair alone. You need to leave your hair alone, okay? Leave your hair alone. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Leave your hair alone. Leave it alone. And I know that sounds quite simple, but it's quite difficult for a lot of people to leave their hair alone. So difficult. Oh my gosh, I find it so difficult. In my 10 years of being natural, I'll say it's only in the last 2 years that I've really learned the value of leaving your hair alone. Leave it alone, sis. Leave it alone. You don't need to change your hairstyle every day. Like, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Just because your favorite YouTuber is doing it doesn't mean you have to do it, man. Leave your hair alone. Leave your hair alone. Honestly, that is, if you take nothing else from this, just leave your hair alone. Shout out to Mynaturalacademia because she really drummed this into my head as well. So maybe I'll link her video, the video that I watched below as well. But yeah, honestly, leave your hair alone. Yeah. And so leaving your hair alone, how can you do that? Put it in a protective hairstyle or in a low manipulation hairstyle. So you can put it in a wash and go, you can put it in braids, you can put it in cornrows, twists, buns. You've heard it all before. This is nothing new, but I'm just reiterating how simple it is. Just, yeah, whatever style you put it in, leave it in that style. And even if it's 5 days, you leave it in there for 7 days, just leave it. And then when your hair's dirty, you wash it. That's it. So yeah, that's the first thing. The second thing I'll say is keep your hair conditioned and lubricated. Now, I'm not going to use the terms moisturize or hydrate or protein balance or any of that stuff, because that is literally a rabbit hole I don't want to go down today. Maybe in another video I'll make a more educational video about all of that stuff, because it really is confusing. There's so much confusion around these terms. Like, it's crazy. So I'm going to use the terms condition and lubrication instead. You want to keep your hair conditioned and lubricated at all times. And this will help to prevent friction, and this will in turn prevent breakage. So keeping your hair conditioned and lubricated, how do you do that? Deep conditioning, leave-in conditioners, your normal conditioners with the silicones. Yeah. So dramatic, but literally this is how the natural hair community be acting. Like oils, yeah, Oils is good. It's not bad. Oils will help. Grease will help. Shea butters, mango butters, cocoa. I don't know about cocoa butter. I've never used it, but butters will you know, all these things help to keep your hair lubricated and prevent friction. Okay, it is important. Okay, these products, creams, don't sleep on them. Really important. This is how your hair will be manageable, soft, easy to maintain. You can brush through it without, you know, without as much breakage. You know. Okay, so you leave your hair alone. You condition it. Make sure it's deep conditioned. Whenever you wash your hair, deep condition your hair, and then go in with the LCO method, and put it in a protective hairstyle or whatever hairstyle you want to wear, and then just leave it alone. That's it. That's actually it. That's all you need to do. But there is one more thing, and this is the last one, the third thing that you can do to help prevent breakage. And I don't think it's spoken about enough. It needs to be spoken about, and it should be spoken about, right? And it's pH. 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 Now, your hair pH is normally about 4.5 to 5.5. So it's kind of on the acidic. So if there's like a spectrum between 1 and 14, I think it's 14, then 4.5 to 5.5 is more on the acidic side. So our hair is actually quite acidic. So there's a lot of products that we use that can change the balance of that pH, basically. So I'll show you why pH is important with my arm. Yeah, this is the only one of the ways I can explain it. So if this is a hair strand, right? This is a hair strand and this is a cuticle. We want our cuticle to lay flat like this at all times. This is what we want. This is the ideal situation, because when it's like this, it's going to prevent friction. So when you're brushing your hair, combing your hair, styling your hair, it prevents, even when you're just leaving your hair alone, when your cuticle layer is closed, it prevents friction. Okay, there's certain products that you can use. So we're talking relaxers, even shampoos to an extent, hair dyes. Yeah, these things will raise the cuticle layer up because it's high in pH. When it's high in pH, it's raising it. There's different degrees in which you can raise it, but it will lift it, basically, right? But when you've lifted it, you need to make sure it's closed again, right? So that's why pH is quite important. And so I recommend things like aloe vera juice and apple cider vinegar. These two things, I use aloe vera in my routine, and I normally use it after I've rinsed out the deep conditioner. I'll normally spray it in my hair, and this will bring back the balance of my pH. It will restore the pH balance. So it will take it back to what my natural hair pH is, right? Meaning that my cuticle layer will now be closed and it won't be up like this. And so there'll be less friction because now your hair will glide past each other in a, you know, and not entangle as much because the cuticle layers, like, they're all raised like this, right? I hope that makes sense. But it's honestly, try it for like, just try the tips I've given for like 3 months and tell me that you don't see results. You will see results, I guarantee it. Leave your hair alone. Make sure your hair's conditioned, lubricated, deep conditioned. Make sure your hair's got the oils, butters, creams. You got things that's lubricating their hair, you know, to keep it nice, soft, manageable, conditioned. Your hair's conditioned and lubricated, and use the aloe vera juice after you've rinsed out your deep conditioner, and then go in with your LCO, LOC method, whichever you prefer, and then style your hair, and then just leave it alone. 7 days I recommend, at least. Minimum 7 days. If you can go 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, depending on the hairstyle that you're doing, please do so. It will really help, I guarantee. This has been working for me for the last 2 years. This is what I've been doing, honestly. I wash my hair, deep condition, aloe vera juice spray to restore the pH balance, and then LCO method. I don't really know which one I use, but I use products to lubricate my hair, to keep it conditioned, leave-ins. I normally use my shea butter cream. This stuff, I've been using it for years. And olive oil, right? So, and maybe some curl creams and whatnot. It doesn't really matter, just whatever oil you choose to use. I normally recommend olive oil, like light oils for low porosity hair, because it will penetrate your hair strands a lot better. But yeah, that's what I've been doing for the last 2 years. And it's been working. I believe my hair alone. We don't need to do too much to our hair. Our hair just needs the right conditions, and then you just leave it alone. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Okay? So yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, it's a quick video. What else? Okay, I'm gonna do a length check. So after you can click off now. That was pretty much. Yeah, that is everything. Thank you guys for watching. It's literally just here to help somebody. If you're finding it difficult to grow your hair out, I hope this has made it really simple. It is simple, guys. Yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will hopefully, maybe, who knows, I'll see you later. Maybe. Okay, yeah, it's a wrap. I'm gonna go now. Ciao.